This Monday, I did something unusual. It was the first time I've ever done anything like this. I put my personal health story on the Facebook page. And I'm talking about my recent venture into weight loss. Now, I started my weight loss journey just like everybody else. I did my New Year's Eve resolution and said that I wanted to lose weight. Why? Because I had did what everyone else had done. I let that the COVID-15 creep up on me and became the COVID-20 and the COVID-30. And so I actually saw a picture of myself in an environment, and I was like, oh my goodness, I really put on some weight. So I decided that I wanted to lose the weight. How did I want to lose it? By doing the things that I tell you to do every time we have this broadcast. Using the entire Lipodrop line of products. I use the Lipodrops Maximum Formula. If you can see this bottle right here, it actually has my name on it. It says Dr. C. That's me, and I'm using it every day, one dropper full before meals to help decrease my appetite, as well as to help my body metabolize foods, particularly carbohydrates, so that belly fat will be lost. Belly fat will be lost. I'm also doing the Keto Max. I'm doing this before lunch and before dinner, about 30 minutes before lunch and dinner. I take a Keto Max tablet to put my body in an artificial state of ketosis so that it helps me more efficiently metabolize foods. So I'm doing those things. I'm also taking the lipobiotic for GI health. This helps you digest food, deal with the leaky gut syndrome, issues that can make you not only gain weight, but particularly in the abdominal area. So this helps with the leaky gut syndrome and helps you metabolize that belly fat. So utilizing those products and also utilizing the diet program that we recommend, which is basically intermittent fasting. We offer two options: the 5 meals per day option, where you eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then a snack between breakfast and lunch, and a snack between lunch and dinner. And if you're going to be up late, possibly a snack at night. But I try to really keep it to 5 times per day. But I found that intermittent fasting, one is one that I can really adjust to and embrace. And so I've been doing the intermittent fasting, which means I eat everything that I'm going to eat in one 8-hour period per day, and that is usually between 12 noon and 8 p.m. I like to have completed everything I'm going to eat for that day no later than 8 p.m. Now, sometimes I'll move it up if for whatever reason I have breakfast. I may not eat dinner that day, or I still will finish it off before 6, and that's the last thing that I eat for that day. And it is amazing the amount of weight that comes off in the areas that you like for the weight to come off. If you can look here, my collar, I'm gonna unloosen my tie just a little bit so you can see the button is still buttoned. I can get 2 fingers there. And before I was having difficulty buttoning my shirt, and I had to, slide my tie up just to get it straight. My shirts look baggy on, my suits look baggy on, and I have some decently tailored suits, but they are no longer fitting me. As part of this weight loss journey, now I'm 3 months in and literally 30 pounds down, and I want to maintain where I'm at now. Having maintained where I am for the last few weeks, because I had attained my 30-pound weight loss objective about 3 weeks ago, I finally took the plunge. And yesterday, I purchased clothing in a smaller size. And even though I only went one size down, those clothes actually fit well, and I might even be able to go down 2 sizes. But I didn't want to challenge myself that way. Everybody is successful losing weight. The objective is being successful keeping it off. So investing in a major wardrobe change right now is where I'm at, and I'm about to do that. So having purchased those clothes yesterday, I have to say, instead of regular fit clothes, I was able to purchase shirts that were slim fit. I was able to get pants that were 2 inches smaller in the waist, and also a slimmer, more European cut. And so I was told that they actually look relatively decent when I'm wearing them. So I'm enjoying this. And the one thing that I have to say, the weight loss journey is not an easy journey, but it also doesn't have to be as hard if you use supplements that will help you obtain your objective. And the great thing about the Lipodrops line is that it helps you lose fat from areas you cannot traditionally exercise them away from, like under here. If you're starting to get, that fat under your chin, that turkey neck look, then you can lose that weight. And again, have a tight collar and a defined jawbone. The area across my back now is loose and more form fitting. I have a more appropriate hip chest ratio. So instead of being like this, Now I'm like this. So I have that V shape that that we like to have, and it looks, you know, you start to wear those tighter, more form-fitting clothes, like your exercise clothes. I traveled to Miami. Some of you may have saw that video where I was looking at some medical spa type equipment. A couple of which are one that does Kegel exercises or Kegel exercises for men and women. So it's like doing 15,000 Kegels in about 30 minutes. You just sit on a chair fully dressed, and it helps you tighten up everything down there below your waist. So for women, tightens up the vagina, tightens up the rectum. If you're having leakage, particularly stress incontinence after having multiple babies, and you know you just feel a little loose down there, this is great technology for you. Then there was also one that you saw me where I had my shirt lifted up and was showing off my belly. This one is like doing 20,000 crunches, and you just put these electronic paddles, and it stimulates your gut, and it contracts it, and it makes it jerk, and it really tightens the muscles up in ways you can't do it by doing sit-ups and crunches in the gym. So I'm at that point where I'm seeking to optimize my somatotype being the way that your body looks and the type of body that you have. And I have to say, you start the weight loss journey, the first few days are the hardest. You're going to be hungry, so you need to embrace the hunger. Embrace the hunger. If you don't have to fight it, you just have to embrace it and understand and make a conscious decision that although I feel hunger, I'm not going to eat beyond the prescribed times that I've given myself. When you do that, your stomach shrinks, and after a few days, then it's not a problem anymore. But I did find that, you know, when I just had to have something, I would eat a cup of yogurt or a piece of fruit, one of these protein bars, something like that, that would get me through it until it was time to eat a meal. But over time, again, very successful, and I attributed it all to the intermittent fasting and the Lipodrops product line. So the things that Dr. Collier was using, again, the Lipodrops maximum formula. People say, well, what is the maximum formula? Well, this formulation is 10 times more potent than the original Lipodrops. And we have the original Lipodrops, we have Lipodrops with African mango. That product is very good at curbing the appetite and helping you metabolize fat. So it gets you through those first few days much easier, because African mango just is a natural product that cuts your appetite and also optimizes your metabolism. But what the Lipodrops is the oral equivalent to weight loss site injections called LipoVite. LipoVite works wonderfully. It contains B12, and it also contains a proprietary mixture of amino acids that are necessary to allow your body to metabolize fat in an appropriate way. Well, people will come to my weight loss facility and they'd get the injections and they lose weight. The problem is you have to come to the office to get the injections. Well, if you take any medication sublingually, that means under the tongue, and you've seen the most common thing taken under the tongue in a period of distress is a nitroglycerin tablet. You put it under your tongue, it's instantly absorbed, and it's just like getting a shot. So when you put the lipo drops under your tongue, it is the bioequivalent of getting a LipoVite shot. So instead of having to come back to the office and get shots on a weekly basis, you get a bottle of the Lipo drops, and you see that you use these daily, and each bottle has enough to use them daily for 1 month, and you'll get the same benefit as you are of getting the shots. So this has been a phenomenal breakthrough in the weight loss area, and individuals that have done that with the original Lipodrops formulation. Of course, people were using it and they say, well, if a little works good, a lot may be better. So people were taking higher doses. No harm to doing that. As a matter of fact, it actually gave greater weight loss benefit. So having analyzed that, we did a quick study, found out that we could optimize the product. We increased the number of ingredients by a factor of 10. So tenfold increase in the formulation now. So that optimizes. Beyond that, you really don't get any substantive benefit. You're just kind of wasting product because your tongue can only optimize. It can only absorb so much at one time. And then you also start to get with compatibility. Can it mix together well and all those things? But we did find that we could concentrate the formula in a way that was palatable. It doesn't taste bad. You put it under your tongue and you get that benefit. It helps you optimize that weight loss across the back, the outer thighs, the stomach. We call it the muffin top. So lose the muffin top with Lipodrops was our tagline. And so we are finding out that now the best thing that I can offer you is my personal weight loss journey. And we're going to show you and keep you informed as we go. if something happens and Dr. Collier starts backsliding and gaining, I'm not going to share that. I mean, I'm going to share that with you. I'm not going to hide it from you because I know that again, keeping it off is now the challenge. And I'm keeping it off by using the same products in the maintenance formulation. But I've also, again, I'm doing some routine calisthenics as well as walking regularly. I was doing those before, so that really hasn't changed. I'm about to enter a very active physical season because I'm an avid tennis player, and my first tournament is next week in Colorado. So I'm going to do that, see how we do as far as see how our health has improved, because being 30 pounds lighter to really help me move on the tennis court a lot. I'm going to find that out this week coming up. So that's the story. We want to share it with you. I'm glad that you guys found it interesting. We had a lot of clicks on it, a lot of people watching it. If you want to see that, and if you want to see all of our videos, go to our YouTube channel, Ask Dr. MJ, Ask Dr. MJ, and there are literally hundreds of videos that you can watch on a variety of health topics. We want you to go get your healthcare information and be the best you that you can be.